play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third. Now back to throw. And that will be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll be a 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
On the carry, it's Jackson. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. The Redskins on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Fields. And it's complete. Henry. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a first down.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Toss play to Jackson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Through an opening, and there he goes. And all the way down to the 5. And he takes this all the way down to the Bears' 5. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, how to plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Say,
On second down, it's Cohen, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
set, 6 yards. Mike 7, Mike 7. Come on, QB, come on. 7's a Mike, Mike 7. Let's go, baby, they turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Mike 7.
They'll set up a throw, and he completes it to Cohen, and he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him. Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
They'll look to throw here. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 16. 12 yards on the return that time. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Fields. Gonna for a right side here, complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So we've reached halftime here on Christmas Day as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee as they'll start at the 21-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
That's what I do.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
But these guys are going to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They try again with Cohen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll drop the throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on nowhere to escape, and he goes down. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it, but it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So coming up empty here to start the 3rd quarter. Already 2 scores down. Got to be careful. Yeah, I did notice, though, that the captain of the defense patted the quarterback on the helmet on his way out, pretty much letting him know, we know the pressure's on us. We're going to go out there and try and hold serve for you while you figure it out over here on the sidelines. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here. Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly. On is the punter, Cook, who sends it away. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like? For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Yeah,
defense, we've got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see if the offense gets done.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. He'll get this to his running back. It's Justin Jackson. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Pick up the ball. Mike, full. Drop deep, drop deep. Shift. Watch the shift.
Now Cohen. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Another drive comes and goes. Still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. You just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Floyd in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. Fields. Trying to lay one up deep. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
At their own 18-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Again, it's Cohen. got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. We are off to the 4th quarter here on this special Christmas Day broadcast. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll run on 1st down. Cohen. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Where'd he go?
2nd and 9 now. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ja'Kai Polite make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. The Bears on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This will be 3rd and 19. He'll drop to throw. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 21 yards there on 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
The Bears on 3rd down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. This one caught by Ridley. And he gets it just shy of midfield, but that's not enough. He's short of the marker. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. The catch is made by Riley Ridley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
That's the way.
He'll look to throw. And it's complete right back to Ridley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 16 yards is the pickup there and a 1st down for Chicago.
Bears, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
This quarterback now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. On 2nd down now. It's Cohen. And down inside the 15 he goes.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line. Riley Ridley there to make the grab as his guys are back within a single score. Matthew McCrane on for the PAT. And that one makes it 14-7. Following the touchdown, McCrane set to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Ready? Check 9, check 9.
2nd and 5. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They run on 1st down with Jackson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run again with Jackson. They find some open field here. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Washington. Justin Jackson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive. And it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. And Robinson with a big catch. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw here. That is caught by Cohen. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down for the Bears. They're going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Second and long. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So a victory here for the Washington Redskins. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Redskins, they continue to rack up the victories as this one moves them to 13-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Chicago, it'll be loss number 6 on the season for them. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel up to Detroit to take on the Lions. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.